this is Lady Boulay. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, the pundits and the media and all of these campaign people are playing tricks on us. They are making us think that Kamala is winning one day and Trump is winning the next. But I just came across this article and it says that Vice President is leading in early voting. So I'm going to share that with you. This is from USA Today, which is a reputable newspaper. And it says, Harris leads Trump 2-1 among the earliest voters, many driven by abortion access, new poll. So according to this, Kamala is winning in early voting because of her stance on abortion. Let's see what it says. Democrat Kamala Harris has a sweeping lead over Republican Donald Trump among voters who have already cast their ballots, that is. A new USA Today Suffolk University poll shows the vice president leading the former president by 63% to 34%, close to 2-1 among those who have already voted. That preference turns around among those who plan to wait until Election Day to vote, with Trump ahead 52% to 35%. As some states have begun early mail-in and in-person voting, 1 in 7 respondents said they had already voted. A third said they planned to vote early. That group supported Harris by 52% to 39%, and nearly half said they'll wait until Election Day. Overall, Harris was favored by 45%, Trump by 44%, a coin toss contest. Well, yeah, that's not much. If she's only, at the end of the day, if she's only leading by 1%, that's not a comfortable lead. The poll of 1,000 likely voters taken by landline and cell phone October 14th through 18th has a margin of error of plus or minus 3.1 percentage points. Among those who have already voted, 1 in 5 volunteered abortion rights, women's rights as their most important issue, second only to the economy and inflation. The early turnout among Harris's supporters carries advantages for Democrats. First, large Harris voter leads are being banked every day, director of Suffolk's Political Research Center. Second, it gives the Harris campaign some time to persuade Election Day voters. That would include appeals to some previously reliable Democratic voters who have drifted away over the past few weeks, like young Black and Latino men. In 2020, when early voting surged because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the partisan differences on when people vote sometimes fueled misleading perceptions on election night. Some states don't allow early votes to be counted until Election Day. That means the first return is based on in-person voting created a red mirage in Pennsylvania and elsewhere. That is, big and misleading leads for Trump before early votes were factored in. Democrats were about twice as likely as Republicans to cast mail-in ballots 4 years ago, in part because Trump claimed without evidence that early voting was subject to fraud. This year, the GOP is doing more to urge its supporters to vote early. The early votes for Harris are also boosting Democrats down the ballot. Those who have already voted say by 63 to 33% that they support Democratic congressional candidates. Overall, the poll found a 47% Democratic to 45% Republican split on the generic congressional ballot. So according to this article, the Democrats are leading slightly in the presidential and the congressional races. Well, I don't know if this is just a planted article, or I don't know if this is true or not, but we shall see. and the wait is not going to be that much longer. Well, here's some good news for Trump supporters, and this is from the Los Angeles Times. Early voting for the general election kicked off in Florida on Monday, and current polling indicates that Donald Trump holds a solid lead. Surveys have revealed that the former president has consistently outpaced Vice President Kamala Harris throughout September and October, with leads ranging from 1% to 7%. Nevertheless, a recent poll conducted by the New York Times Siena College, known for its high accuracy, showed Trump with his most significant advantage at 13 points. Early voting also got a head start in Texas on Thursday, and the University of Texas Politics Project poll of likely voters released on Friday noted that Trump is also leading Harris in Texas by 5 percentage points. It is not surprising that Donald Trump would be leading in these two states. These are red states. Florida has been a swing state in the past, but with DeSantis down there as governor, it's been red since he's been there. So basically, Texas and Florida are red states. They have Republican governors, and I don't expect anything but Donald Trump to win those two states. Nevertheless, every election cycle, they keep telling us that the Hispanics in Texas, the Latinos in Texas, they're gonna flip Texas for a Democratic win. Well, according to this, it won't happen this year. I'm going to do a video probably one day next week where I go over the electoral process, because our presidents are elected through the electoral process, and a lot of people don't understand it. I know many of you do, most of you do, but there might be some who don't understand the electoral process. So I'm going to go over it next week, one day. So when the votes start coming in and you see Trump won this one and she won that one, you can keep up with it, because we have two things going. We have the majority vote, or the popular vote, and then we have the electoral college vote. So they're a little different. So I'm going to go over it next week. So it is a little bit tricky, because the person who gets the majority of votes, which is called the popular vote, doesn't necessarily become the president because of the electoral college. And I'm going to explain that when I go over this. But okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Have a good evening.